Hi, this is Ken Okel. Let's talk some about dealing with change. We've all faced a lot of situations in the past year where what we were doing, we can't do anymore. We have to change. We have to evolve to something different. Let me give you some actionable strategies that I think can help you with that transition. Again, my name is Ken Okel. I'm a professional speaker. I talk to audiences about ways you can improve your performance on the job. I pull from a professional background that includes broadcast news, hurricane relief, and professional ballet. Now, I know, unusual combination, but in each and every field, I had to perform at a high level every day. We were all good at the old way of doing things. It was comfortable. We were proud of what we had achieved. Then suddenly we had to go to the new way of doing things, and it felt awkward. Maybe it wasn't as rewarding. And did you look back a lot? Did you think about, gee, I really liked how things were. I wish things couldn't have changed. It was unfair. I get it. I have been there. But the first tip that I want to give you is about letting go. Because like this dog with the ball, and perhaps that was a favorite toy, you don't want to let go of the past. You don't want to let go of something you really liked and enjoyed. But if it can't exist in the future, then all you're doing is holding on to a past that can't help you anymore. So psychologically, think about letting go, not just looking back all the time, but putting more and more of your focus forward in terms of what you can do, rather than saying, oh, I miss the good old days. The good old days may have been great. Be proud of them, but realize circumstances out of your control have made them unavailable. When you're in moments of change, you also want to narrow your focus a good bit. Really concentrate on the things that you can do at this point in time. You may have a laundry list of needs, but if you can't really do something about it, put it aside. When you're in a moment of change, a moment of transition, there are often a lot of distractions, things that'll take up your time, or fun stuff that you may want to do instead of facing a challenging change. Really decide, what do you need to do today? What do you need to do this week, this month, this quarter? Really come up with an action plan in terms of how you will implement the changes you're thinking about. Otherwise, you may start to fall back on bad habits and maybe do things that aren't as productive, because during moments of change, I have found that it's very easy to face temptations. Can't you just go back to the old way of doing stuff? No one will care if we use the old branding. Trust me. If you realize that you have to make a big change, you have to do things differently, you really have to be very disciplined and stay focused on that change. Resist the temptation to take shortcuts, to put something off for another day. You need to be very focused on the future. Over time, it will get easier to do things the new way. And perhaps there will come a time when you'll look back and you'll be like, why didn't we make that change earlier? It's also smart to change the way you may think about change. Often we think about it like it's some sort of yucky medicine that we're forced to take. It doesn't go down well. Maybe it has some side effects. That's often how we perceive change. May I suggest we look at change in a slightly different way? And for that, I'm going to take you back a few years to the playground. I don't know about you, but when I was in elementary school, my elementary school had several different playgrounds, and they were designed for different ages of kids, because from kindergarten to sixth grade, kids do a lot of growing. They have different needs on different playgrounds. So I remember the first playground you had, I think it was from kindergarten through first or second grade. And then it was time to go up to the next playground. Everything was a little bigger. The slides, the swings, a little more challenging. At first, this was intimidating because you had mastered the old playground. You knew everything about it. You were really good. Suddenly, you're on this new playground, and it's a little unfamiliar, a little uncomfortable. But you know what happened? Over time, you got used to it. You got used to the challenges that you were facing, and you became more and more comfortable. And after a little while, you looked back at that old playground and you were like, that doesn't fit anymore. I don't want to play over there. You became comfortable with the change. You became comfortable with something new. Think about that as you are facing changes, transitions in your life. It's like that new playground. At first, it's going to be unfamiliar. It's going to be intimidating. You might fall off the swings a couple times. But the more you stick with it, the better you'll get. Just because something is new doesn't mean it's going to be bad. For more about me, my name is Ken Okel. I'm a professional speaker, as I mentioned before. Want to see some samples of my speaking presentations? Go to my website, which is my name, kenokel.com. Shoot me an email. Do that through tvguy@kenokel.com. Quick story about that. When I worked in TV news, people would recognize you when you'd be out in the public, like at a festival or in a restaurant. Unfortunately, they wouldn't remember your name. So they'd usually just yell out something like, "Hey, TV guy." I welcome you to also connect with me on some of the social channels like YouTube, LinkedIn, and Twitter. On all of those, it's under my name, which is Ken Okel. I wish you the best during your time of change. I hope it goes smoothly. Remember these tips. Try a few out. Let me know how it goes. I'm Ken Okel. Take care.